Play stuff out of there. Just about to go on air. I don't know. There's Taylor. Taylor's running the show. We're going on in just a few minutes. Put video on there. Piece of cake.
Really? Because we should do that. Just in case anybody ever goes there. Actually, we get 120,000.
There's a lot of people who go there.
Oh, those poor people.
They go there to click on the Listen Live link.
Oh, that's right. I do that too.
I looked at the stats, and the #1 page that's hit is the index page.
I can tell you I was listening to Tom Hartman. He wasn't there today.
He wasn't there. Yeah, some other guy was there. I was listening to.
It was good. It was interesting. Talking about the Bushes.
Yeah, I heard about that and how Bush plagiarized a bunch of books to get his book.
That does not surprise me. Rivera has finally pulled his head completely and totally out of his ass.
Really?
Yeah, he says that the 9/11.
I saw that. I was watching him in California.
Yeah, he says it's not so hard to believe now.
He said now that he's talked to a bunch of experts.
I'm telling you, man, the more homework you do, the more you go, okay, something's wrong here.
Things that make you go,
Thank you. That's exactly right. Yeah, the Texas officials covered up dangerously radioactive tap water for decades.
Yay!
We'll love that.
We'll be talking about that.
Stimulus waste panel cancels Ritz-Carlton meeting.
What?
Yeah, the government waste panel was gonna meet at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel.
Look who's calling.
Oh my God, Robert, Jesus.
Get a life.
Come on, get a hobby, you son of a bitch.
We are his hobby.
Exactly.
He probably thinks it's Mike. He thinks it's going to be Mike.
And the reason that they put it that way is because we have inalienable rights as Americans. And we have had those rights stomped on since the government allowed 9/11 to happen. And by the way, for those of you who are going to go,
the government allowed it to happen.
Yeah, oh, Mr. Conspiracy Guy. Even Geraldo Rivera, who has made fun of 9/11 truthers for years now, he has said that they're wacko, that people should, hit them with a brick, that they should shut up, go away, etc. Even he has gotten to the point now on Fox News where he apologized and said, look, after doing a lot of research, I'm beginning to understand. He said he's not willing to go so far as to say that it was done by the government, but he's willing to say that nothing adds up, and that because nothing adds up the way that it's supposed to, after reading the testimony of hundreds of people, I mean, I have 1,200 engineers, mechanical engineers, chemists, physicists. These are not stupid people. These aren't people who are tweakers, who live in a trailer, who take apart their TV on the weekend because they're bored. These are people with master's degrees and PhDs who have come forward and said, look, the official story is simply not possible. Okay, then that's it. Who am I going to listen to? Some jackass who says, oh man, you don't know what you're talking about. I heard Bush say it was true. I say this story is so obvious, even Sean fucking Hannity got it right. I mean, how hard is that, And you're saying to yourself, hey, mercury, I'm not supposed to eat that.
Sure you can.
Well, here's the thing. It's kind of like lead, except worse.
It's liquid.
Right. So
it's so shiny and pretty you could drink it.
Right. If you don't live in an old house where you can peel the lead-based paint off the wall and eat that or chop it up and sniff it.
You can always buy thermometers, break them in half, and drink it.
You can do that. Or, if you really want to hoot, just go turn on your tap.
When I was a kid, remember the Etch-a-Sketch?
Oh, yeah, I remember the Etch-a-Sketch.
Guess what was inside the Etch-a-Sketch?
Don't tell me.
Mercury.
Really?
Yes.
I'll be damned. I did not know that.
It was a very toxic substance. I remember as a kid, I accidentally stepped on it, and my parents were like, no, don't touch it, don't touch it.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I don't know what they're made out of now, but I'm quite certain they don't fill those things with mercury
That
anymore.
explains a lot, because my dad actually broke one over my head.
That's what's wrong with
No,
me.
I'm just kidding. So, all right, here's the deal. In Texas, their government, the guys that were given the job of protecting them, have for 20 years been lying to them and telling them that no there's not really any radiation. I mean, there's a tiny bit, which is natural background radiation, blah, blah, blah. You talk to a chemist or a physicist or a scientist who will say, oh, no, there's background radiation and everything. You know, you get more radiation just from walking outside.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, just go out in the sun and pick your nose for 2 minutes and you get more radiation. It's fine. What they don't tell you is that, you know, the radiation that you're getting is going to be like super high gamma and alpha radiation, and that this is from uranium-238 and what else? Radon. I mean, all kinds of nasty stuff that is going to kill you. And by the way, the fluoride is going to hurt your immune system. It's going to give you sexual dysfunction. Which is okay because pharmaceutical companies love that problem.
Because then they can sell you the ED drugs.
That's right, all kinds of ED drugs. And so here's the question. Texas, big state, well-funded. The people in Texas think that they've got the greatest state ever.
Everything's big in Texas.
That's right, and better, and smarter, and faster, and everything else. So what makes us think that in a state that is not nearly as hurt financially as Arizona, that we are doing a better job of protecting our water supply? Why would anyone assume?
Well, I don't think anyone's assuming that. I don't think anyone actually thinks about it. Nobody puts any
Do you know
thought
why?
into that.
Because the Cardinals played yesterday. Oh, and the Suns.
Awesome.
Oh, and the Diamondbacks. Oh, and the Coyotes. And that is so damn important because, you know, hey, we don't have any real battles to fight, so let's have pretend battles where we can sit on our ass and drink beer and get fat.
Are you saying there's fluoride in the Coyotes' ice?
I don't know, but I'm not going to go lick their ice. I will tell you this. For those of you who are sports fans, you're pathetic and you make me sick to my stomach, but I don't judge you.
Uh-oh. That's going to light some phones up.
Exactly. What you want to do is you either want to spend all morning in church ignoring the problems that are real in our society right now and turn it over to Jesus. Still don't see anything in the mainstream media about this missile.
Why not?
Just crazy.
Except for Fox News, that's the only place.
Alex Jones did a thing on it. Fox did something on it. I know Reuters had a couple things about it, and there's some stuff in the.
So what do you think? The government's telling them not to say anything?
I guarantee it.
We don't want it to cause a panic.
Well, yeah. The official story is that was an airplane. And when I'll play this clip, and you'll laugh. You'll just go, "What? That can't be right." Oh my God. They're going to start playing like mellow mood music at the TSA checkpoints in airports now.
To calm people down.
So they can grab your vagina and you won't say anything.
Why don't they just give everyone drugs?
Well, that's actually next. They've talked about...
sedating everyone.
Yeah, they talked about putting lithium in drinking water. There are some people who think that it would be very good because...
What if you don't drink the water?
Well, theoretically, it doesn't hurt people who don't need it. But the people who do need it, it helps. That's what they're saying. So if you're not bipolar or whatever, it just doesn't have any effect on you at all.
Right, sure.
Yeah, kind of like fluoride.
If you don't have cavities, it doesn't do anything to you, adversely or otherwise.
It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. Crazy damn world out there.
Yes, it is.
No. It can't be a civilian because you would have to get a license in order to fire something like that off.
Even if you're a model rocketer and you have a big one that goes up really high, you still have to get permission.
Absolutely. If you break a certain, whether it's 1,000 feet or 5,000 feet, it depends on where you are. Depends on the airspace. If you're near a military base or a major airport, whether it's municipal or international. I mean, the FAA didn't just start yesterday. They've been around for 70 years now, and they know what they're doing. So they say no. Nobody's asked for any permits or anything like that. So nobody knows what this thing is. Nobody. And ABC, CBS, NBC, they all run a story that night going, hey, what the hell's this? Nobody knows what this thing is. It's obviously a missile.
I mean, clearly it's a missile if you look at the footage. Missile.
Well, there's no answers. Nobody knows the DOD, the Department of Defense, the Pentagon, NORAD. I mean, NORAD has no comment. They don't know what it is. All they can say is it wasn't us. We don't know what it was. 24 hours goes by, and people are starting to get a little freaked out because, I mean, come on. This is not like the edge of U.S. airspace. This isn't the edge of our territorial waters. This is right off the coast of Los Angeles. This is by Malibu. This is inside of Catalina Island. This is right off the coast where there's 10 million people.
You're saying it was between Santa Catalina Island and the coast?
It was north of Catalina, but it was actually closer to the coast than Catalina is.
Catalina is what, like 26 miles out?
26 miles across the sea.
That's right. It's in the song.
That's right. Santa Catalina is waiting for me. So somebody fired a missile. Now, Fox News picked this up and ran with it, and I think that you will find this little clip that I'm about to play for you very interesting because there is Sean Hannity, who, as we all know, doesn't know much, and luckily he admits that
but he's
in this
got
piece.
a TV show.
That's because he's good looking and he's Republican, and he will yell at you if you don't agree with him, so he gets his own TV show on Fox. We have a retired Air Force Lieutenant General Tom McInerney.
How long is the clip? Because we only have a few minutes.
Well, let's get it started then, because it's only a couple minutes long, but it's very interesting. Listen to this.